little story, I think. One cold and windy evening, cold and grey, an old man crossed in a chasm deep and wide, and when on the other side built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a pilgrim near, why build this bridge at evening time? You will never pass again this way. Good friend, he said, I'm building this bridge for a young man that will pass this way. I'm building that bridge for him. It's a story, isn't it? It's a bit longer than that, but I shortened it. And then the tree stump. A man used to come to that tree and take fruit off it and branches off it down the years. And all that was left was a stump. And the tree said to him, I've nothing left to give you. All my branches is gone. I don't need much, says the old man. Well, I've nothing to give you. And the old man said, I know, I only need a bit of peace and quiet. Well, what do you want? I don't want to be able to sit and rest. A bit of peace and quiet. And the old stump straightened itself. Well, I have something you can sit here. And the tree was happy. Short story again. These little episodes are in the St. Oliver Plunkett Garden Centre, or the garden, prayer garden. There's stitches of the cross and all the rest of it there, and a few little stories here and there in the garden, and that's one of them. There's a little bridge, and then it's the stump of the tree, and that the words are more longer than that, and the business of the old man crossing the chasm deep and wide is written by a fellow called Drumgoon. I think he's probably from the United States, the land of the free. So here we are, and we're gathered here now this evening, and so I just told us a couple of stories. And there's nothing like this is what we used to do years ago. People would always tell the stories, and when I was young, that's what you had. Not many people had radios, but we happened to have one. And a crew to come in for question time. With there was a fella did it first, and then there was Joe Linnane. They come in for the question time, and there was usually 6, so you could get numbers. And there was the winner. If you had the winner, you got, I think you put in 6pence at the time. There was 3 shillings then bid. So you were in money if you happened your number come up. And there was that, and then there was other little programs, like football matches. People followed it, and you'd have a crowd looking at finals and all the rest of it. And conversation, stories was told. I learned a lot listening, because it's better to listen sometimes than to talk. This is how you learn things, and that stands to you the rest of your life, because you have this foundation. I'm going to sing a little song. The Dublin Psalter. I've been north and I've been south and I've been east and west. I've been just a rolling stone. But there's one place on this earth I really love the best. Just a little spot I call my own. Dublin can be heaven with coffee at 11 and a stroll in Stephen's Green. There's no need to hurry, and there's no need to worry. You're a king and the ladies a Queen. Grafton Street's a wonderland, there's magic in the air. There are diamonds in the lady's eyes and gold dust in her hair. And if you don't believe me, come and meet me there in Dublin on the sunny summer's morning. There's other verses, but I think that's sufficient. You get the flavour. No need to hurry, no need to worry. This is an Noel Porter song, that the Walton programme. If you feel like singing, do sing another song. It used to be on a Saturday. Yeah. And when I was working, I used to have to work a half day on a Saturday. And to be home in time to hear the Walton programme would come on at 1:45, I think. Or 2:15. I can even hear the fella that used to sing it. And Charlie McGee used to sing the Homes of Donegal. That was nearly on every week. And Joe Lynch used to be on it singing whatever he was singing. The Banks of Me Lovely Lee, I think he was from Cork. So he was yelling about that. And then there was in Dublin's first city, where the girls are so pretty. Once was a sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets round and narrow, con cockles and mussels, alive, oh. There you are, it was a statue to her and her little wheelbarrow. I think it was at the bottom of Grafton Street, then it moved to somewhere else. Yeah. No, statues to all sorts of people. One for Molly Malone, wheeling a wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow. Yes, this is the way it was. Dublin was a very friendly, open city when I was growing up. Wide streets. No, none of this old nonsense that they have down there now with Lewis and whatever they call it, these thingamajigs that goes around. Not yeah. It might be handy, but it destroys the street. You want to keep a street wide the way it was, and keep all that other old modern stuff out of it, so that people could march around in peace. And they widen the footpath, so only buses and taxis can go up or down O'Connor Street. Years ago, everybody could go up and down it. The Marble City. Now it's chock-a-block with cars. No, you can't go anywhere. Best to go on a bus. With so many places closed off to cars, you wouldn't know where you are. You're better off walking. You often see them stuck in cars, but they could say the rosary a few times over. So you could go a mile, no matter where you're living. It's nothing but traffic. I wouldn't live in Dublin if I got a house for nothing. So there we are. Is there any other little songs I have? I had Phil the Fluter's Ball. Come one and all, and skip around the hall. And there was another one about St. Anthony's Hall. The Dubliners sung that. That's in St. Anthony's Hall. Grand song. Okay, bye now, and I just thought I'd share a few little things, and we'll be doing that every so often now. As soon as the memory comes and reminds me to say something. I think it does us all good, doesn't it? Bye now.